Tracy from Waldo Thai Massage and Bodywork in Kansas City, Missouri. And I am doing a 30-day, 30-minute yoga challenge to raise money and awareness for St. Jude's, which is an amazing organization that helps children with cancer and their families so that they can receive treatment and basically not have to pay for anything. So it's really, I'm not going to go into it. It's an amazing organization. So if you have some time, if you don't know about St. Jude's, you should, maybe take some time to go and look at it, because it's a fantastic organization that truly helps so many children and their families. So anyway, so I'm doing 30 minutes of yoga a day for 30 days. I have a fundraiser on Facebook, and yeah, if you would like to donate, that would be fantastic. But I thought that I would do it as little 30-minute yoga classes to give people the benefit of yoga as well. So without further ado, I'm going to start. Today's class is going to be all about sun salutations and some variations on that theme. So let's get started. So first, go ahead and find yourself a nice, comfortable seated position. Maybe pulling out any extra booty so that you're sitting right on those sit bones, sitting up nice and tall, maybe rocking back just a little bit so that you're very centered and grounded. Spine is nice and straight. The back of the neck is long. You're not hunched over, so you're sitting up nice and tall. Arms are just resting here gently on your knees or in your lap. And let's take just a moment to get centered and present. So go ahead and close your eyes, taking a moment to bring all of your focus and all of your attention to right here and right now. Being fully aware of your body, where you are, how you're sitting. Feel the ground beneath you, all nice and sturdy, supporting you. Start to relax your body, releasing any tension that you might be feeling. Releasing any clenching in the belly. Maybe bringing your focus to your breath. Maybe slowing down the breath just a little bit. Not a lot, not forced slow inhales and forced slow exhales, but just maybe a little bit longer and deeper than your normal breath. Feeling the belly rise and expand on the inhale, and maybe gently pressing that belly button back towards the spine as you exhale, squeezing out all of the old stale air. The breath comes in through the nose. The breath goes out through the nose. So taking just a few slow, deep breaths here. Okay, go ahead and open your eyes. Hopefully you're feeling, ever so slightly more relaxed and present than you were before. So let's go ahead and jump right into our sun salutations practice. So we're going to start standing at the top of our mats. You can either have your toes and heels together, or they can be slightly apart. Your feet can be slightly apart, whatever is more natural and comfortable to you. Make sure that your knees are loose. They're not bent, but they're not locked. They're just nice and soft. Pull the shoulders up towards your ears and then roll your shoulders back and down, opening the heart center. Arms gently at your side. And on a big inhale, reach the arms way out to the side. Make this an actual movement where you're reaching with those arms. Reaching all the way up to the sky. Drop the shoulders away from your ears. And on a big exhale, we're going to dive all the way down, coming into our first forward fold. So if you're just waking up, or if you've been sitting for a while and your body's a little stiff and tight, we're just going to hang here in... Actually, let's come into ragdoll. So just go ahead and grab the elbows. Knees can be a little bit more bent here if that feels better to you. But you're just hanging. Your head is nice and loose and you're all loosey-goosey, just sort of hanging out here. And ragdoll, you can sway back and forth if that feels good to you. But just really release. Letting go, hanging out in ragdoll. And then go ahead and release the arms. Legs are straight, but again, knees are soft. Reach the arms out. Come all the way back up. Shoulders are down away from your ears. That helps the ball and socket joint work the way it's supposed to. So you're reaching up. And on an exhale, diving all the way back down. Coming back into forward fold, hopefully feeling a little bit looser this time. From here, we're going to come into halfway lift. So if you're all the way down, you can come to your fingertips. If that's not quite working, you can put your hands on your shin. But the important thing is to lift the booty and feel the length through the back of your legs. This is an extremely subtle movement. So you're just kind of here with your rounded, flat back, lift the hips, lengthen the back of the legs. And then come back to your forward fold. We're going to reach the arms out, come all the way back up. This time, palms coming together, a little back bend. Reach back up, dive down, forward fold. Halfway lift. And forward fold. And then let's step both feet back, coming into downward facing dog. And let's take a moment here to figure out the alignment. If you're new to yoga, sometimes this can be kind of confusing. But the trick is, for the spacing between your hands and your feet, is to be able to come to plank and back without ever having moved your hands and your feet. So just take a moment, come into plank, back to down dog, and that's the placement for hands and feet. Lifting the hips, pressing the heels towards the mat, feeling the length in the back of your legs. Bring your upper body between your arms, kind of bringing your forehead closer and closer to the mat. And then let's come into plank. Everything is nice and tight. Core is working hard here. You can drop the knees or just bend the elbows. Coming all the way down. And then lifting up into upward facing dog. Or into baby cobra, if that works better for you. But just either way, make sure that the shoulder blades are squeezing together. If you're in up dog, pull those shoulders away from your ears. Lift the head up. Curl the toes under, lift back to down dog. Walk those feet up to your hands. Coming into forward fold. Reach the arms out, come all the way up. Palms come together, little back bend. Reach back up. Dive down, forward fold. Halfway lift. And forward fold. Step back, downward facing dog. All right, this time I want you to think about the transition between down dog and plank. So what the goal is to kind of tuck the hips under. So not like dropping down into it, but so instead of this way, you want it to be a rounding of the back, a rounding and a tucking of the hips that helps protect the low back. And then lower down, up dog. Again, pull those shoulders away from your ears. So we're not sinking into this, we're lifting up. Curl the toes under, and then you're gonna push up with the belly. You're not going to lift with your back. Walk the feet forward, come in to forward fold. Reach the arms out, come all the way up, shoulders down, reaching up, palms come together, little back bend. Reach back up, shoulders down, dive down, forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. This time, step the right foot back and come in to a low lunge. So stepping that foot back as far as it goes, drop those hips down. So the right leg is straight, right knee is pressing towards the ceiling. Feeling that nice stretch in the front of that right leg. Drop those hips, straighten that leg. And then step back to down dog. Come into plank. Again, tuck the hips. Lower down. Up dog. Curl the toes under, press up from the belly, don't lift with the back. Right leg up to the sky. Foot is flexed, so you're reaching with the heel. Keep that right hip down, so don't open up the hips. Keep that right hip down. And then swing it through, coming into a low lunge. So now you're lunging on the other side, so the left leg is back this time. And then step that left foot up to meet the right, coming into your forward fold. Reach the arms out, come all the way up. Palms come together, little back bend. Reach back up. Dive down, forward fold. We're gonna hang here for just a moment because I think I'm losing my little microphone pack. Please excuse me for the technical difficulties. Forward fold, halfway lift, forward fold. This time step the left foot back, reaching it all the way back, placing it down. Drop those hips, left leg straight, left knee pressing up, feeling a big, big stretch all the way through the front of that left leg. And then step back, down dog. Come into plank. lower down, up dog, and down dog. Left leg up. Again, keep that left hip down, heel pressing towards the sky. Swing that foot through, coming in to a lunge, low lunge. Always taking the time to really feel the pose. Feel what's going on with your body. And then step forward, forward fold. Reach the arms out, come all the way up. Palms come together, little back bend. Reach back up. Shoulders down, dive down, forward fold. Halfway lift. Again, really feeling this pose. Lifting those hips, lengthen the back of the legs. Back to forward fold. Step that right foot back. Come into your low lunge. This time from low lunge, drop that right knee all the way down. Uncurl the right toes. Coming into crescent lunge. So you can bring your hands up to the left knee, or you can reach the arms up. But instead of being up here, I want you to press the hips forward and maybe even arch back a little bit if that feels good. And then bring the hands back down. Uncurl the toes, lift the knee. Step back to down dog. Tuck the hips, come into plank. Lower down. Up dog. Lifting up. Curl the toes. Lift up with the belly. Down dog. Right leg up, three-legged dog. Hips down. Heel lifting. Swing that foot through, low lunge. And then come into high lunge. So keeping the feet just where they are, reach the arms out and up. So really drop the hips down for high lunge. And then bring the arms to the mat. Low lunge. And step forward to forward fold. Reach the arms out, come all the way up. Palms come together, little back bend. Reach back up. Dive down, forward fold. Halfway lift. And forward fold. Left foot steps back for low lunge. And then drop that knee down, uncurl the toes, hands again either to the right knee or all the way up. You can even interlace your finger and release the pointer if that feels good to you. Arching back, pressing the hips forward. And then come back down. Curl the toes under, lift the knee, and step back to down dog. Come into your plank, lower down, up dog, and down dog. Left leg up. Swing it through, low lunge. Come into high lunge. And bring the hands back to the mat. For low lunge. Step forward, forward fold. Reach the arms out, come all the way up. Palms come together, little back bend. Reach back up. We've got one more variation. So reach the arms out, dive down, forward fold. Halfway lift, and forward fold. This time, step both feet back to down dog. From your down dog, I want you to lift the right leg for three-legged down dog, and then we'll come into pigeon. So you're gonna bend that right knee, you're gonna bring that knee forward and then flip that heel out. So the right heel comes towards the left hand, and then you're just gonna kind of walk that left leg back. So you're sitting here in pigeon, hips are squared, facing forward, so you don't wanna open up into this, but you wanna be facing forward with your shoulders and with those hips. The further forward this heel is, the more of a stretch this is going to be. So kind of sitting here, just letting your hips kind of settle down, you know, all loosey-goosey into your pigeon. When you feel like you're pretty settled into the pose, you'll just come down and we'll come into sleeping pigeon. This is one of my all-time favorite poses. So just let go. This is what I call a gravity pose, which means that once you're there, you don't have to work at it because gravity is going to make sure that you are stretching in this pose. So again, just drop that head down, releasing, surrendering to pigeon. Maybe take a nap if that feels good. Probably not. We don't really have time for that. This is only 30 minutes after all. Whew, how much time do we have? Oh, nope, not much time at all. Okay, so normally we would stay in pigeon a bit longer, but we don't have time today. So we're going to come up. You're going to curl those left toes back under, and we're going to lift back to down dog. So lift that knee, press up, coming back into downward facing dog. This time lifting the left leg, reaching with the heel, hips squared. Bring that foot forward or that knee forward, flipping that heel out so that it comes up towards the right hand. And again, just kind of take a minute, wiggle around, loosen up the hips, whatever you need to do to just kind of allow you to sink down, releasing into your pigeon. If you need more, just kind of inchworm that leg back. And then when you're ready, come on down for sleeping pigeon. Try to just make sure that you feel heavy, that you're just really letting go into pigeon. You shouldn't really be working too hard, if at all, in this pose. Just hanging out, letting the body be. And then go ahead, press back up, planting those hands nice and solidly. Curl the right toes, lift the knee, come back to your down dog. Hanging out here for just a moment. So really bring the upper body through the arms, forehead towards the mat, lengthen the back of the legs, hips are lifted. Heels pressing towards the mat. And then drop both knees down to the mat, come up, finding a comfortable seated position. Taking a moment to close your eyes. Release any tension that might have built up. Just relaxing, unclenching, let go of the gripping. Just being here for a moment, feeling how your body feels. And just notice what's going on. Go ahead and bring your hands together at your heart, coming into prayer. Taking a moment here to thank yourself for coming and doing this 30-minute yoga practice today. You did something really amazing for yourself, and you should be proud of yourself for coming to your mat. And I thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through this practice. And I hope that you will join me for the rest of the month. The divine light in me honors the divine light in you. Namaste.